Of Commissioners meeting to order at 10 o'clock. All those able, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, do we have any public here for comment for items not appearing on today's agenda? Since practically everybody in the audience is named on the, I would just say, run of show, we'll move on then. Any additions to the agenda from the board? No? Okay.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the meeting minutes. If they're accurate, we'll take a motion.
I'll move to approve the minutes from the meetings held October 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Sure they're in the 17th in there. No,
Felt
I'll
like
second
it.
that.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes for the meetings held on October 14th, 15th, and 16th. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries. All right, we will move on to our first proclamation of the morning, Proclamation 53, proclaiming October 24th as United Nations Day in Center County. I believe we have Robert here for that. And would you prefer if you came around to the side, better angles and all that? Okay.
Yeah.
So, looks like we're already, yeah, any one of the three.
Yeah, I'm all live. Wherever you feel comfortable.
Yes.
How you been?
Back in my car, but I'm good, thank you. And thank you for once again honoring the proclamation for United Nations Day. This year is the 80th anniversary of the United Nations. Of course, it was started in the aftermath of World War II and in the hopes of preventing further World War. However, it goes beyond the peacekeeping efforts. They provide shelter, medical help, education, and vaccinates nearly 45% of the world's children. Vaccinations come through the United Nations, either through UNICEF. We all remember going out at Halloween with the trick-or-treat for UNICEF boxes, and Shot at Life, another organization of the UN. And the United Nations Association was started at the same time by one Eleanor Roosevelt, who, when they were starting the association, walked in and said, "Give me something to do," and eventually she ran the UNA, so we owe a lot to her. The UN obviously has come under some criticism of late. Constructive criticism is always good, so I think a little learning and growing from that. We also like to, of course, applaud the United States government for their peacekeeping efforts, especially in the Middle East and Gaza, of course. And the United Nations has been lined up waiting to get relief trucks in there as soon as a ceasefire and all was signed. Already they've been in, removed over 100 million tons of rubble. Nearly 70% of all the buildings in Gaza have been either totally destroyed or totally unsafe. So the UN's in already removing that, trying to create a safe environment for the people left behind. Of course, bringing in food to the World Food Program, and again, shelter, medical relief, and these kids have not had any education for 2 years now, so trying to get school started again. They're also right now in Ukraine, Syria, the Dominican Republic, the Congo, Sudan, and many other countries, again, providing this other relief. So I feel that's super important. Locally, our chapters work very supportive of the high school Model United Nations teams and supportive of a county program, the Ghana Relief Medical Relief. It's a number of medical people, doctors, nurses, PAs from Center County, as well as construction people, farmers, loggers who've gone over to Ghana now to start these medical relief programs. Again, vaccinations, but people have never seen a dentist in their lives, and also setting up pharmacies. So just a number of citizens from Center County have joined up and gone over a few times, and we've been supportive of them. So Sunday is our big UN day, and we actually have a program that We have more participants than ever. We actually had to cap it off. Usually we're saying, oh, we got to get a few more people. But the programs, The Hard Way Home, a conversation about global migration, we have a panel of speakers from Afghanistan, from the north coast of Africa, talking about the refugees coming into Europe, and then from the Latin America and refugees coming in there. So it should be a good conversation. The woman from Afghanistan who lives in Center County has told us there's been a huge, devastating earthquake in northern Afghanistan. Thousands of people have died. And the problem is it's way up in the north, hard to get to. And they're also battling the Taliban, who won't let a lot of the relief in, and they also, their treatment of women is totally deplorable, so they won't let women doctors in, women contractors in, and the most horrible thing is they won't let them dig women, young girls, out of the rubble of these buildings that gone down. So the UN is there, you know, fighting with the not fighting, but working with the Taliban to try and overcome these hardships and just provide relief to these people that, you know, nobody else would go in. And so it's a horrible story. She will share with us, I think, on Sunday. But otherwise, I do thank you, as always, for having us here once a year and having a proclamation support of UN Day.
That's great, Robert. And did I hear you correctly to say you do have your dinner on this coming Sunday
Sunday.
at 5, but you're actually sold out now?
Yeah, we sell more tickets than ever. It's we moved to the Graduate, which is on Atherton Street.
Yeah.
It was a bigger room, and we've actually filled it, so
Wow.
we're very happy about that.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you. I think it's a topic that, you know, hits home to a lot
Yeah.
of people, so we'll hear interesting stories.
Wonderful. Commissioner Concepcion.
Yeah, good. Thank you for the update and on, you know, what Center County's United Nations Association is doing. And, you know, when you mentioned some of the criticism of the UN, it's worth noting the UN is, you know, as effective as its members, you know, are working together and collaborating together. And the kind of geopolitical problems that afflict international politics, of course, you know, those get translated into, you know, the effectiveness of UN programs. So, you know, it's when we work together and keep in mind the importance of the UN and going into the places that are most difficult and often the most treacherous that UN personnel are going into places that are really, you know, the most dangerous places on the world and places afflicted by, you know, conflict and natural disasters. And that, you know, there's not a lot of other, you know, other than the Red Cross, there's not a lot of other organizations that are able sometimes to get access to those places. So thanks for your update on this, and
Thank you.
yeah, looking forward to the dinner. I'm glad I got my ticket early then.
Yes. Commissioner Dershowitz.
I'm actually more curious about this effort that supports Ghana. How did that get started? That's pretty neat.
It's a couple doctors here. Owusu is the last name, and families from Ghana. They're citizens here, and just had the idea to do it. And a number of different organizations. You know, I have a friend who's a logger, and he's gone over, and farmers have gone over, and so it's just grown bigger and bigger. I think they've gone over at least 3 or 4 times now. They go over for a week or two, and
Good.
took a whole bunch of citizens from here just gone over to help.
They take supplies with them and
Yep,
and
yep.
help out however they can,
Yep.
as well as the skill sets that they
Yep.
have to build things and obviously do the medical treatments that.
Yeah, and
So
do
we
local
raised-
fundraising efforts around
Yeah,
it.
there's
Yeah.
been donations, money, raised money for them last year. It was
Yeah.
a project to
That's
help them out.
fantastic.
So it's pretty cool, and I keep saying, I'm gonna go next year.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And you hear of mission trips and things like
Yep.
that,
Yeah.
where
Yep.
folks go and
Yep.
help out,
Pretty
but
amazing.
this sounds like a next step beyond, because Ghana
Yep.
that is not a close trip to
No,
make.
it's not.
So, well, fantastic. Thank you for sharing
No,
that.
thank you.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming, Robert. The commissioners would like to congratulate the United Nations Association for 80 years now, in addition, of course, to the United Nations itself. And knock on wood, we haven't had a world war since 1945. So hopefully, between diplomacy at the country level and hopefully the UN with the Peacekeepers, so hopefully we can keep that up for a while. I don't know if we've had maybe one person in the room who was alive during the last World War. Definitely don't want to repeat. So thanks again for coming, and congratulations on selling that dinner out.
Yeah, we're real happy about it.
Yeah, any questions from the press? No? All right. Commissioner Concepcion?
Should I make the motion?
Yeah.
I will move to adopt Proclamation 53 of 2025 proclaiming October 24th, 2025 as United Nations Day in Center County.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second to adopt Proclamation 53 proclaiming October 24th as United Nations Day in Center County. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Well, come on up, Robert, and JJ will get ready to take a photo for us. Everything moves over.
He might be the center of attention.
All right, and you lined up right on Bellefonte. Perfect. Are we good, JJ?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, say United Nation on three.
United Nations Fund.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
Thank you. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
See you Sunday. All right. So, on to our next proclamation, Proclamation 54. We're claiming November 26th through December 3rd as Farm City Week in Center County. And we have a bunch of people here who work with farmers and might have even been a farmer at one time. So, Jim, are just you, or are you going to bring a few more people?
Bring them
up?
all
I
up.
have members from our committee here. So,
Yes.
We can bring them all up.
Yeah.
So my name is Jim Coslow.
Yes,
I'm here
that's-
representing
Died on the vine.
the Center County.
I mean, Emily, you don't feel like coming up and chatting a little? No? Denny? Anybody?
All right, Jim, you are the
All right.
spokesperson.
Okay. Good morning. I'm here representing both the Center County Conservation District and our local Farm City Committee. I would like to introduce the committee members that we have here this morning. So in addition to myself, we have Mrs. Eveline Ishler, who has served on our committee for many years on behalf of the Center County Farm Bureau. Mr. Denny McCloskey is on the committee representing the Center County Grange. Devin McFeeters is a member of the Conservation District staff. She's with us this morning. And Ethan Howard representing Penn State Extension.
So for the folks at home, they were all here and they all waved.
So what we're here to share with you this morning is Farm City Week, which is a national celebration. This year it will be held November 26th through December 3rd. It's traditionally held near Thanksgiving as it celebrates and recognizes the partnership between our rural communities and our urban communities. And that's one of the things that makes our American food source safe and generous. The local event here in Center County is our Farm City Banquet, which this year will be held on Wednesday, November 12th. At this banquet, we also celebrate conservation that brings these groups together. And we're able to present conservation awards to some of the outstanding cooperators that we have at the Conservation District. So, as I said, the banquet will be on Wednesday, November 12th this year. We're going to be at a new location. We'll be at the Center County CPI building. And the evening will start at 5:30 with the reception. The Center County Dairy Princess will have a milk and cheese reception. Dinner will follow at 6 p.m. This year, catering will be provided by Yoder's Country Kitchen. And some of the partners that will be helping us this year, as I said, the Center County Dairy Princess, the Center County Grange, and the Grange Fair Queen, 4-H, and our local FFA chapters. And some of the other organizations are the Center County Farm Bureau, the Kiwanis Club, Penn State Extension, and the Grange. Our guest speaker this year will be Dr. Florence Beacott, from Penn State University. She'll be talking to us about stress in the agricultural community and how farm families can manage that stress. The reason we're coming to you a little bit early is that we're still have tickets available for the dinner, so if anyone is interested in attending, please contact the Conservation District for tickets.
Thanks.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming, Jim, Evelyn, Devin, Denny, and Ethan in the back. The commissioners would definitely like to thank the over 1,000 farms and farmettes in Center County for producing a lot of the food that we enjoy here in the county, and the additional hundreds and hundreds of people who were involved in agriculture, agricultural processing, agricultural services, agricultural education, that help keep everything moving forward, and of course, soil conservation. We've had a tremendous run here recently. I know Commissioner Dersham serves on your board, but Jim, I think we've had a couple of record years now for grants in your department.
Yes, we've been doing very well.
We appreciate our state and federal legislators for that funding. But great farming community here, very public spirited. The commissioners attend a lot of your events, so we appreciate you coming and look forward to the Farm City Dinner on November 12th, 5:30 at CPI.
Yes.
Commissioner Concepcion.
Yeah, thanks. It's a good opportunity to recognize the importance of supporting local farms, and to the extent possible, that when we can buy locally produced agricultural goods, that helps support our local agricultural community. And they need also the support they can get, it seems like. We know that that's very stressful to be a farmer, and they're working on really tight margins. So, to the extent that we can all look for and prioritize opportunities to buy local, it's a really good thing for our communities.
I think one of the highlights of the event always is the recognition of some of the folks that buy conservation awards that are making a difference in the community as well. And
Yep.
I think that's going to be, it's always exciting to see and listen to their projects and their stories and the things that they get involved in and how they end up being involved in helping our natural resources. And obviously the Conservation District's at the forefront, as is the Grange. And we really just want to thank everybody, as well as Ethan and the Cooperative Extension folks. I mean, it is pretty remarkable, the team that we put together here in Center County to do so many good things, and to recognize those efforts is pretty important. So really appreciate everything that you all do, and look forward to a really great evening that night. So.
Great. Any questions from the press? No? All right. So again, the commissioners would very much like to thank the agricultural community in Center County for feeding us. And as both commissioners mentioned, there are numerous ways locally that we can support agriculture between community, the CSA programs, the farmers markets, sort of the indoor winter farmers markets, soil conservation, serving on various boards, lots of opportunities. County's Ag Land Preservation Board from time to time is looking for volunteers. So happy to, I believe, adopt the proclamation.
I will move then to adopt Proclamation 54 of 2025, proclaiming November 26th, 2025 through December 3rd, 2025 as Farm City Week in Center County.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second to adopt Proclamation 54, proclaiming November 26th to December 3rd as Farm City Week in Center County. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Can you at least talk your team into coming up for the
think
photo?
All the shy
We'll be able to
people
do
in the
that.
back can come forward so we can get a picture. Come on, Evelyn, we know you want to be in the picture.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're probably going to want to head in my direction for Ferguson
Oh, you're
Township a
beautiful.
bit.
We'd love to have you in the picture. Somebody's got to pretty this up for us. Ethan and I, in the end, are not going to get that done. No. Definitely
Yeah, it's a slight angle with that. The slight angle is.
You gotta cover us, Devin.
We need to do 2 rows, JJ, or are we gonna just barely make
If you'll
this?
move over just a
A
little
tiny
bit.
bit
way,
toward
right?
Ferguson Township and Phillipsburg.
Yeah.
Can you fit us all in?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay. On 3, say Farm Liddy Wee. Nobody said it. We got it. Thank you all.
Well, I have something cool that I wanna bring in for you guys.
If you need extra copies,
Somebody in my
if you need extra
backyard
copies,
being
just let us know.
Very good.
a woodpecker.
Thank you for
Thanks
coming
for your
in.
support, appreciate it. And then a limb fell over. And so I have this beautifully carved out piece of the inside of the tree. I always wondered what woodpeckers did in the inside of the tree. I've never seen it. I'll bring it in, give it to you.
Is there a media room in there, Steve?
Yeah, it could be. There's two big caverns.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Little dry kitchen or something?
Well, kinda.
All right.
I'll show it to you before I give it.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. What kind of
All right.
woodpecker it was, though.
Now down to just the media and commissioner staff. So we'll go right into contracts, and Glenn's ready with one for the correctional facility.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
I come to you with asking your consideration to approve the intergovernmental housing agreement for housing of inmates from other county correctional facilities. The cost per day is $75 per inmate, plus any medical expenses, medical transports, MAT expenses. The contract runs January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2027. And then we have the option of 2 one-year renewal periods on that if both parties agree.
All right.
This gives us the ability to change rates as needed in the contract. We just have to give the other county notification. This is the same standard contract that was approved by the solicitor back early 2023. I think we haven't made any changes to it, so. That's all.
Thanks for bringing that forward again, Glenn, and we'd, of course, like to compliment your staff, court system, a lot of different county departments, and the many criminal justice organizations that we partner with outside of county government for having us in a situation where we're running under half as many returning citizens in that facility as we had a dozen years ago.
Yeah.
Which allows us to take in overflow and separation type inmates from other counties.
Yeah. As, this morning, we had 123 incarcerated individuals from Center County and 42 from Tennant counties. So 165 total population, and we have 397 beds. So we're
Yes,
2 housing units still closed. Hopefully, we can keep on that path.
yes. Yeah, so in some cases, having less of something is actually a success. That's obviously hundreds or even thousands of additional people out in the community, working, being parents and grandparents and caregivers and sons and daughters, and just out there enjoying life, which is obviously our preference.
Yes, I agree.
Commissioner Concepcion, anything to add?
Yeah, no, thanks, and I think it's worth noting, we're taking inmates from other counties when it helps our bottom line in terms of our, helping cover some of the operating costs that
does.
occur at the correctional facility regardless of the numbers that are there, so, yeah, thanks for working on this.
I think one of the really great things about this program, not only from, as Commissioner Concepcion indicated, from a bottom line money standpoint, is the fact that a lot of or most of the folks that are involved in our criminal justice system at the jail get all sorts of programming that perhaps they might not get otherwise, and the tenant inmates are treated pretty much on par with our inmates as far as opportunities. I don't know, Schuylkill County particularly has been very, very, I'd say, participatory in a lot of our
Yes.
programs.
Yes.
And particularly even some of the work release programs and Centerpiece and things like that. So I think we've shown a pretty good side of Center County, and that is largely due to your guidance and leadership. So we really appreciate that.
Well, thank you. It's truly a team effort. Obviously, we have a lot of staff that do a bulk of the work, and it's nice to see that a lot of the programs that we offer. I don't know the exact number, but we're over 20 different programs
Yes.
a week. Everything from AA, MAT counseling, stress stuff. We
think we
teach
had
decision
creative writing,
points,
resume
creative
writing,
writing. We have an entrepreneur business class that's taught by someone from Penn State and one or two other local business owners. So
Yeah.
wide variety of opportunities, and we hope people choose to participate in it, to those who really want to make a change in themselves. And, so, but I think the numbers reflect on themselves, that we're doing something right in Center County, and hopefully we can keep that path going.
Thank you, Glenn.
Yes,
And
sir.
with the median stay at the facility at 12 days,
Yeah, the last time we ran it, that's
Yeah.
what it was, yeah.
every person on average that isn't in the facility, it's not one person, it's a lot of people who are either in and out for something quick, or most county sentences are, what, a couple months?
Yeah, anywhere from 23 and a half months is the normal
That's- yeah.
max you can stay there. And probation department is really good at getting people out on their minimums.
Yeah.
For those who comply by the rules, take the programming that they're supposed
Mm-hmm.
to. So it's a good effort with probation to get people out as well. So, and we have a great working relationship with them.
Yeah.
So it's never an issue.
And those Tennant County inmates are also eligible for our medication-assisted treatment
Yes.
programs, which end up being very, very effective in keeping folks in a good place physically and spiritually as far as addiction goes.
Yes, so far, again, the program's really still in its infancy, but since we started in 2023, I think we reported 221, I think. Anyhow, only like 20% have returned.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact numbers
Which
off the
is,
top of
I
my
think you
head,
said it
which
was
is-
23%,
Yeah,
Glenn, which
yeah,
is
low 20s.
mind-boggling.
Yes.
These are people who are incarcerated, and at the same time, they have the co-occurring drug addiction.
Yep.
And yet, over about a 2.5-year period, you've seen a handful of them come
Yeah,
back.
yeah, which is really good.
Yeah.
So, yep.
It really is. That's a testimony to your success up there. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Great. Unless there's any other questions, we'll take a motion to approve.
I'll move to add the intergovernmental housing agreement to next week's consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to add the intergovernmental housing agreement to next week's consent agenda. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose nay.
Thanks, have a
Motion
great day.
carries. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Glenn. And now we've got Jonathan here with a change order.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. This morning, I am asking for your consideration and approval of a change order with McCrossin for asbestos abatement at the Sheriff's Office. That's in the amount of $31,184.84. There was a $10,000 allowance in the contract for asbestos abatement. However, due to the age of the facility, we found a much larger amount than what we had originally anticipated that will need abated prior to any work.
And unfortunately, that's going to happen when your average building is over 100 years of age.
Yes, this facility, the entire second floor ceiling is plaster with asbestos baked into it, so we need to abate a very large portion of that for this project.
Wow. All right. Well, as you mentioned, that does happen, and you do your best to estimate it, and then you get the actual cost, and you're like, okay, got to
Yeah.
adjust.
Yep, it's unfortunate, but something that we have to work through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Commissioner
Yeah.
Concepcion?
Well, eventually, we'll have gotten to the point where we've done all the asbestos abatement in Center County government
Hopefully.
buildings, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm good.
All right.
Then I will move to approve the change order with McCrossin.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the change order with McCrossin. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose nay. Motion carries. Great. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.
All right, and talking about criminal justice, here's Carrie.
Yes, good morning. I'm here to request the board's support to submit a grant application to the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency for federal state opioid response funds to support improving justice system response to opioid stimulant and related disorders. Funds will be utilized to support and enhance our medicated assisted treatment program at the Center County Correctional Facility. Grant funds would run from January 1, 2026 through June 30th of 2027. If we were selected, it would be for up to $500,000, but PCCD expects to only award 24 grants with the funds they have available. Application is due next Friday.
All right, was there anything you wanted to add, Glenn?
Nope, I'm just here to support Carrie. I appreciate all the,
All right.
her doing all the tedious computer work that those require.
When we would strongly urge the legislature and the governor to fund this particular grant application, as we've heard from Glenn. It's a highly effective program. Roughly 10 years ago, the average recidivism rate for county jails was about 50%. And obviously, people who had the co-occurring drug addiction would have bumped that up even higher. So for 10 years later, us to be at a 23% number is tremendous, and a lot of it is due to this program. Commissioner Concepcion?
Yeah, no, just thank you for working on the application, and to the extent possible, we're looking to, for any grant money or anything that can help support these MAT programs is really important from a public health perspective, from a public safety perspective, really crucial work.
Yeah, this is saving lives and keeping families intact and getting people back on the right track, and gives them an opportunity when they leave our facility to have a fighting chance. And it's an expensive process, but so far we've been able to fund it, and hopefully we can continue because I think it's that important.
Yes, I agree.
Thank you.
At a recent prison board meeting, we had anecdotally a citizen say that one of their relatives probably would be deceased if it wasn't for this program. So to both commissioners' points, tremendously effective, saves lives, keeps people out working in the community. It's kind of a win in every direction.
Thank you for your hard work.
Thanks.
Trying to make it happen.
Yeah, any questions from the press on this one? No? All right.
I'll move to approve the grant application for the state opioid response grant.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the grant application for the state opioid response grant. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries. Great, thanks, Carrie.
Thank you.
And here we have Dave from Transportation with what looks like a nice bonus for Bellefonte Borough.
Yes, I come and asked for consideration of approval of a letter of agreement with the Bellefonte Borough for a vehicle transfer from the county to Bellefonte Borough for a nominal fee of $1. I'll give you a little history. In 2019, we did this for the borough at their request. They only have so much money they can expend for their vehicles, and they asked the county back then, and you were so gracious to help them back then, and 6 years have went by, and they've used that vehicle about every day, and it's time to upgrade them if we can. And we would be giving them a 2019 Chevrolet sedan for the use of the borough. They keep it as a plain car and equip it as needed, and use it as needed in that respect. Yep.
And this is a vehicle from our arrangement with Penn State.
That's correct, yes. It's a Penn State in-kind vehicle that we've had in our fleet for a little while and used it, and yes.
Well, thanks for doing the work on this to support law enforcement in Bellefonte.
Yes.
I'm assuming they're very appreciative, because even today, a 2019 Chevy sedan is way more than the figure we're talking about.
Absolutely, yes, yes.
So, okay, go ahead.
Commissioner
Yeah, no,
Concepcion?
just thanks for.
You're
bringing this to
welcome, my
us.
pleasure.
Commissioner Dershowitz?
Well, I think it's pretty clear to all of us that they are our host municipality.
Correct.
And we rely on them for police coverage of
You
all our
bet.
buildings.
You
And
bet.
they've
Yes.
been a fantastic partner in helping us on numerous occasions.
Yes.
And I think this is a small token of appreciation for us to help them.
Absolutely, yes. Yep. I know Chief Whitmer's excited about the opportunity possible, and, appreciative of that as well, yes.
Very good. I think we could take a motion then.
All right, I'll move to approve the letter of agreement with Bellefonte Borough.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the letter of agreement with Bellefonte Borough. All those in favor do so by saying aye. Aye, pose nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And then for the Super Department of Mental Health, Intellectual Disability, Early Intervention, Drug and Alcohol, Kathy's got a letter of agreement.
Thank you. Good morning. Just one item today. We ask that the board consider a letter of agreement with Eagle Valley Personal Care Home. This is to provide supported living services to individuals with intellectual disabilities. The majority of the individuals that they serve are covered under the Medicaid waiver. We only have a few individuals who are not Medicaid eligible or who are not yet eligible under the Medicaid waiver. So we set aside a few dollars under our block grant funding to meet their needs for residential services. The contract total is $35,000. The majority of that is state funding. The county portion is $1,614, and this is for the time period July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
Great, thanks for covering that, Kathy, and we do appreciate the state funding for those with the intellectual disabilities who really need supported living. Commissioner Concepcion?
Sounds good.
Commissioner Dershowitz?
It's all good, thank you.
All right.
I'll move to add the contract with Eagle Valley Personal Care Home to next week's consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to add the contract with Eagle Valley Personal Care Home to next week's consent agenda. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose nay. Motion carries. Great, thank you,
Thank you.
Kathy. Thank you. And now I think our last contract is coming from Quentin on the Area Agency on Aging.
Requesting consideration for an addendum with the agreement with Clearfield Area Agency on Aging to provide nursing consultation services as needed for protective services. The contract is $2,188. We're maintaining our rate at $40 an hour. And the period is from July 1st, 25 to June 30th, 2026. This is a requirement that we have a medical consultation for anything protective service. It's really important when we have specific cases where we need to consult the nurse in order to determine what our next steps are.
Unfortunately, we do need protective services for our seniors, and as you mentioned, there are occasions where a medical consult is desperately needed, and we do appreciate the Clearfield Area Agency on Aging to help provide those services in a very efficient fashion. Commissioner Concepcion, Commissioner Dershowitz?
All good.
All right.
Then I'll move to add the contract addendum with Clearfield Area Agency on Aging to the next week's consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to add the contract addendum with Clearfield Area Agency on Aging to next week's consent agenda. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose nay. Motion carries. Thanks, Quentin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have a relatively small consent agenda for today.
Move to approve this week's consent agenda.
I will second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve this week's consent agenda. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose nay. Motion carries. All right, moving on. John, we've got a couple of CNET requests.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. Before you for consideration of approval is the sponsorship of the live stream of the 2025 municipal election vote by mail processing rooms, which will be held for the first time at the new community services building. These were typically held at the Penn State, and coverage used to be held there. The second one is approval of a sponsorship of the live stream of the Board of Elections meeting to be held on November 6th, as well as on November 7th.
Great, thanks for covering those, John. And we do appreciate CNET adding their services to the Community Services Building. Saves us money and is probably a bit more convenient for the election staff because
A little bit.
they're not having to run most of the way across town
Yeah.
to supervise that work. Any questions or comments from either commissioner on
So we're going to have our election board meetings over there now.
It sounds like the
Starting with the
bigger
next one,
ones.
I think, yeah.
Yes, this week,
All right.
starting this week,
So
Yeah.
all of them or just the bigger ones?
all of them.
All of them?
Yes.
Wow, okay. So
What
that's
happens
the
if we want to have them
commissioners.
here?
Well. Sorry.
Sorry, all right. So they'll be over at the Community Services Building now,
Starting on Thursday.
starting on Thursday, more capacity and more
Lot more.
availability for citizens, and who knows, maybe a little less cramped space for CNET too.
I hear better refreshments.
Really? Oh,
I've heard.
okay, all
I'm
right.
saying.
Well, unless there's any questions, we'll take a motion.
I'll move to approve the CNET sponsorships 1 and 2.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the 2 CNET sponsorships. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries. Moving on to the check run.
Yeah,
Commissioner
the
Concepcion.
check that I'd like to highlight today is Center County Federation of Public Libraries. Center County government provides substantial support for our local public libraries. And with that, I would move that we approve the check run that is dated October 17th.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the check run dated October 17th. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries. Any administrators report today, John?
Nothing to report at this time.
Okay. Moving on to reports and announcements, voter registration report.
Yeah, so today, our total number of voters on our report is 101,981, and that is up 130 from last week. Of those, Democratic voters comprise 41,328, Green Party 160, Libertarian 560, those with no affiliation 15,832, and Republican voters 42,090. All of the smaller parties come up to 2,011 voters, and that brings us to that total number of 101,981. Moving on to our precinct of the week, we are recognizing Precinct 20, State College South 2. There are 1,058 total registered voters in that precinct. They had a total voter turnout of 37% in the May primary. They vote at the State College Assembly of God at 2201 University Drive in State College, and we'd like to thank the Assembly of God Church for the use of their facility. So that is our voter report.
Great, thank you, Commissioner Concepcion. And our other election announcement is the last day to apply for a mail-in or civilian absentee ballot is October 28th. Of course, we prefer if you could apply before the deadline, because it's a lot of paperwork to get that done, get that out the door, and then for the voter to get that back, all in time for the election on the 4th.
And, yeah, I think I'd like to add, our mobile elections van is all over Center County, and if you want to take a look at our website and the Center County government social media feed, we have the schedule there for where the van will be. So if you're interested, at this point, voter registration for this November election is closed, but you can still, until the 28th, go to the van and request a mail-in ballot and cast it there in person. So,
Which hopefully people appreciate that you can do that now all throughout the county.
Yep,
At a secure facility. And
exactly.
we do have the ability to print the ballots as needed, so as you
Right.
mentioned, budget a few minutes. But,
Yeah, it's not instant,
Yeah,
but,
it's not instant, but you can, as a registered voter, say, you know what, I'm going to be out of town, I'm gonna be really busy that day. I'd like a mail-in ballot.
yeah, so just check out the schedule online for that.
All right. Any executive sessions to report or hold, John?
No executive sessions to report or hold.
All right, and the remainder of our public meeting schedule on Thursday, the 23rd, we have the Employee Benefits Trust meeting at 9:30, Board of Elections meeting at 3:30 at the Community Services Building in the cafe. And then Tuesday, October 28th, Board of Commissioners meeting at 10, and Board of Elections meeting at 3 o'clock at the Community Services Building in the cafe. Questions from the press?
Are there more counties sending inmates to Center County now, or?
We've been in discussions, I think, with one new county. Not an overwhelming demand at this point due to a lot of changes in probation holds. I think we're seeing a slight decrease Commonwealth-wide on the number of inmates at county correctional facilities.
We have a good relationship with Huntington County and Schuylkill County. And they provide us a number of folks, but we've worked with them for quite a while, and they've been good partners.
Yeah, many other counties, it's a handful here, handful there. Jacob?
Yes, yeah. I haven't been here for the past couple weeks, so apologies if this has been asked recently. But I know that y'all are in the midst of working on your budget. I was wondering how those budget processes have been going and how the lack of a state and federal budget has been impacting those budget processes so far.
These are very difficult times to be a county commissioner in Pennsylvania. We appear to be the highest fully functioning level of government at this point. So obviously from our viewpoint, the state budget is a bit more important than the federal, but a lot of the state money starts out as federal money. So it's still quite an impact. We're going to do our best, look at prior year budgets. I believe as Commissioner Dershowitz was mentioning, we're at this point going to assume flat funding, although of course our costs and everybody else's costs continue to increase, especially if whatever you're doing has a medical or mental health component to it. So in some ways, it's like a 3 or 4% cut every year. So we'll continue to work through that, and like a good handful of counties Commonwealth-wide, we do believe we have enough funding to make it through to December 31st, but we have heard there are now several other counties that are starting to crack and are either no longer paying their bills or announcing to their many suppliers, most especially the human services organizations, that within a couple of weeks they will run out of funding. I don't know if
Yeah,
the
well, I
commission
think
wants to add anything.
I think it's important to note that, as we look at opportunities moving forward, I think flat funding is probably the safest route for us to go. But at the same time, that limits us and our ability to initiate new programs or think about expanding programs. So we are living pretty lean right now in that budget. So I would say that there probably won't be a whole lot of other expansions at this point that, at least in the foreseeable future, because of these uncertainties.
I have heard some relatively large counties on the eastern side of the Commonwealth are even starting to experience difficulties. And when you think about some of those Collar and next level out from Collar counties, these are big counties, growing, relatively vibrant economies, and it's tough. Great question. Additional questions from the press?
Kepler Pool, I know the folks, it's been a while since they've been here,
Yeah.
but has the county provided grants in the past? I was trying to do a little history on it.
We did commit grant money through what had been our ARPA funds and allocated towards the Kepler Pool project.
We're still keeping those funds available to assist the pool. Obviously, they've been working at the state and federal level to find a broad variety of grants to try to match them and stitch them together and try to have all of the deadlines work. It's a substantial effort on their part, and I believe they're primarily, or maybe even exclusively, volunteers. So the commissioners still do support the Kepler Pool. We'd love to see the municipalities start working on that project, because Bellefont's a pretty large area, Greater Bellefonte. It'd be great if they had a public pool available. I don't know if Commissioner Dershowitz wanted anything?
I think that's the echo. Bellefonte is the size of community that I think deserves and really requires a pool. Like kids learning to swim, so it's a great effort. And I think it's probably something the community is going to have to get strongly behind to get things moving in a better rate.
Money's been earmarked, but kind of on hold, is that right?
Yeah, until they can tell us, hey, everything's in place. We're using this part of your money to match this state grant. We're using other parts of your money to match this federal grant. And we expect to need to pay for the construction portion of this in, whatever month it is. And we'd love it if that would happen. But we do know they still have a fair bit of work, as Commissioner Dershowitz mentioned, to get across the finish line. And Bellefonte community and businesses and philanthropists are going to need to step forward and see what else needs to be done to get that project finished.
Does the community meeting room at the Community Services Building, does it have a audio mult box the media can use, that type of equipment?
It has AV equipment, yes.
Same type of thing that we can plug into?
Can they?
Not yet, we're trying to get it set up.
For the media,
Okay. There is an AV system in there, and the room is actually amplified. So we definitely wanted to address the audience issue, saying they can't hear, the conversation. So we definitely addressed that, and I know that we are working on recording capability. And then, I guess the connectivity issue as well then.
Yeah, some of you there for the ribbon cutting, which is kind of a dry run to test the room out. Continue making improvements. Great questions. Any additional questions? No additional questions? All right, looks like we could take a motion to adjourn that.
I'll move to adjourn then.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn at 10:50. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.